Well, I combined beach access 7 through 11 just because there wasn't much to talk about. There was so many residential areas over there, no real attractions or anything. But then I remembered after I shot that video that I stopped over what's called the Curve, which you can see why it's called that. Puzzle Place Markets, which you can look them up on Facebook. They have like a little, I don't want to call it a vendor's market, it's like a pop-up village that has a whole bunch of little booths and vendors on it and food. And I'm not sure of their schedule, so you have to look on their Facebook page. But I think I'm gonna check it out and see what they have here. All right. Welcome to the channel. I am Matt the Lizard, your guide in this adventure and exploration. Today, we have the beautiful Gulf of Mexico in Bay County, Florida, Panama City Beach as a backdrop. You can see that the beach is getting more and more populated. We're in what they used to call spring break. It's got a couple other names since then. Politics aside, the tourists are here, and that is the lifeblood of our economy. That and maybe some military and the occasional YouTuber. All right. Well, today we are at Beach Access 7. Beach Access 8. Beach Access 9. Beach Access 10. And Beach Access 11. As usual, keep both hands inside the video until everything comes to a complete stop. Let's see what's going on around here. I'll be honest, access 7 through 11, where I'm at right now, very residential. A lot of very cool vacation rentals, maybe some permanent rentals or people who part-time rent their houses out. Not a lot of attractions. So you can see the beach access is more for the foot traffic. I did encounter quite a few people walking down the street, golf carts, things like that. We're parked at Luff Street and Gulf. Now, what's neat about this is the first beach in Florida that I ever came to. I literally just drove down Thomas Drive till I found a beach. I found some parking. You can see parking behind me. It's kind of adjacent to someone else's property. So it's one of those gerrymander situations where the parking it's become a thing. Nobody says anything. And I think I came in Thanksgiving, probably about 30 years ago. And it was probably the same temperature it is now, probably about 70 degrees out. Water was probably 60, which seems warm by some standards, but it's cold by my current standards. My blood has thinned out a bit, but nothing was going to stop me from going in that water. So I went down to the beach, got in, covered head to toe, wet, salty, covered in sand, and got the proverbial, what they call sand in your shoes, which is what happens to some people who come here. They get a taste of this place and don't want to leave. And that is what happened to me and my wife. We did have some family here and did have a job opportunity. So we decided to move here from the Midwest, a very cold area, and never looked back. And actually in the wintertime, here probably gets a little too cold for me. My blood is thin that much, or psychologically thin that much. So we're standing on the first beach I was ever at in Florida. As usual, plenty of helpful signage examples here. Rip current you got to be careful of. Even a strong swimmer get into trouble with that. This is something that's temporary during the month of March. No matter what your political feelings are on it, this is what the county and city of Panama City Beach have decided to kind of stem the tide of problems here. And this one's a big one. Sometimes people will come on the beach, set up a tent, but then leave it because they're flying out. And tents, sunshades like that take up a lot of space on an airplane, or they won't let you bring them if it's too big. So they leave them on the beach. We end up with a surplus of them. So they instituted this from 7 to 7, unlawful to leave anything on the beach. And of course, the beach flag warning system. Big one is the double red flag. We've talked about that before. Water closed to public unless you're tethered to a surfboard. Right now we're at a red flag high hazard. They don't recommend going in or no deeper than knee deep. And as the weather changes, we'll go back to green probably. Yellow is a moderate hazard. Purple, dangerous marine life. I'll be honest, I'm not really afraid of sharks. I'm not really afraid of alligators. I respect them. I know when to expect them. If I go out in the water, I shuffle my feet in case of stingrays. Most marine life is afraid of man on land coming in. But once you're in the water, you're just another piece of marine life to them. So let them know you're coming. Usually they'll try to get away from you. They're not out to attack us. There is an exception. The jellyfish. I have been stung so many times by jellyfish. There's a lot of rather unusual and creative home remedies for stings. Basically, you just have to let it wear off like any other mild poison or irritant. I tend to be allergic to a lot of things, and I found out that getting stung by a jellyfish is a lot like being mildly electrocuted initially. Then it feels like a chemical burn for a few hours. It's not enjoyable. This is not really the time of the year for them. I would say in my experience, I've always been stung August or September. Okay, this little building has been here since I've lived here. It's probably a throwback to when there wasn't much around. It's well built, low to the ground. It's gonna be hurricane resistant, let's say. Made out of block. There's a short awning on it. If you look at the logo on here, it is the NAVSEA Warfare Centers. Part of the Naval Surface Warfare Group. We have a big, large Navy base here. If you're seeing this video, it means my FBI agent assigned to my social media has allowed me to put this on there. I don't think I'm giving away any government secrets. You can see pretty clearly the no trespassing signs, government property, and the barbed wire. All the usual indicators of Matt, stay out. I have no idea what it is. It has air conditioning. It has electricity. It has what I'm guessing is like a VHF antenna. So it could be just a listening post or a radio boost for communication, or just a convenient office when they're doing any exercises out in the Gulf and they need to have a point to drop their gear. I have no idea. You can walk around the whole thing. And I'm on the public portion of the beach, of course. And it has that like outlying United States territory island architecture. And you can see it's not a very big building. Maybe, I don't know, 30 by 30? If that. Big porch. Of course, they have a $1 million view. I'm not saying they should turn it into a condo, but it's got to have a purpose. I have been here several times over the past 30 years. Never seen anybody there. I have no idea what's going on in there. I'm sure it's innocuous, or as innocuous as the government can be. Pretty clear, no trespassing signs. Not a place to urban explore. They've even had Looks like some fence incursions under the sand dunes, and they've reinforced it with some concrete. Private property is private property. You're not supposed to be in there. You're not supposed to be in there. And it leads right to a sand dune, and then it goes right to the beach here. It's listed as NAVC Building 152. Of course, a very quick bit of Googling, I could find no information on it. You know, it's an office. It's a operations center for a small Navy operation, possibly. Or like I said, it could be just a place they need to keep their toolbox in case they're doing exercises offshore. Navy base is only maybe a couple miles from here, up the coast. And I think by it being here, that helps preserve the parking, because you can see where the property line is. We ended up with the property line being to the left, the beach access in the center, and the street to the right. So there's kind of a median there. And I always figured this was like a secret beach, but I guess it's not. I feel better coming over here with an SUV. It can be kind of soft in the sand, but where the cars are parked is somewhat paved. Okay. Cool little place. It's for rent, and it's also for sale, unless the for sale sign is for the house next door. Not a sponsor, but Ryan Realty, they're good folks. Been customers where I worked for a long time. Just you can contact them if you like what you see. You're paying for the view, and you're gonna get the view. That house is pretty cool. And you've got some older ones. This is probably like 50s, looking at the brick. But I would say, in my opinion, I'm not an engineer, but that's probably why it lasted so long rather than a stick-built house. We had a brick house, survived Hurricane Michael, the walls did. The roof is what gave way. It's kind of neat. Old school. And you get some more contemporary ones here into the entryway, courtyard. The old Frank Lloyd Wright, compress and release. You're gonna get compressed and you're gonna release, and I bet that you can see the view very nice from the living room. I kind of like this one. I like the name of it, Now. Are we there yet? Now we are. Big giant carport. This is not the business side of the house, so it doesn't matter. Some older, maybe 60s or 70s architecture. Low roof, ranch style. A lot of parking for a little place like that. I wonder if this is all one compound. It might be, given the paint scheme. Kind of a funky little condo area. Has that kind of Three's Company, Jack Tripper lives here vibe. Very 70s. Lots of exposed cedar, hardwood. Kind of islandish, maybe a kind of little Hawaiian tiki kind of style. Got a small little pool. Nice. It's a Emerald Coast Cruising Car Show this weekend in Panama City Beach. I wasn't able to film, I was working, but a lot of classic cars coming into town. I lived in Arizona for a number of years, and it was the same thing there. You just saw so many cars. The air here is corrosive, but the cars don't rust like they do up in a northern town that salts the roads. I mean, that's basically like a cancer on the cars. Here they're more preserved. A lot of people trailer them in. You know, they're not daily drivers. They bring them in and go have a little fun on the beach. So you will see a lot of cool, unusual vehicles. Sort of a civilized graffiti wall. Surf, skate, skim, or die. I don't want to do any of those. I'm good. Sort of a Banksy-ish stencil in one of several bonfire companies. Art is war, keep it real, anarchy. I think we've got everything represented there. Stickers are okay, I guess. They go away after a while, but don't graffiti on people's stuff. Unless it's a lost cause, then have at it. These are your typical, I don't know what the name of this is. I call them Airbnb beach style. You'll see 2-story and 3-story houses like this. Very narrow and tall. You got that balcony because you want that view. You want to jump right out of bed and see the water. That's what you're paying for. In any other town without a view, this would be kind of a boring house. But they're nice. And they're all relatively new. A lot of the old beach cottages have either been knocked down, sold off. Generations. When grandma passes on, they inherit a house. And they get offered a bunch of money to sell it. And then there you go. Here's an older beach-style motel. Kind of reminds me of something you'd see in like Cocoa Beach if you've ever been there. Love the mid-century jalousie windows. Those are great when you have limited air conditioning or you really don't want the air conditioning. Actually, what happens here a lot, the big tall sky rises, the condos, people will check into the rooms, crank the air conditioning up, and then open the sliding glass door. Now, in the words of my grandfather, you will never air condition the whole state. So it'll cause an excess drain on the AC. And some of the condos have sensors on them to show that you're running the air conditioning with the doors open. It's not good for the equipment. Some more fun stickers. And here's something, a program I haven't heard of. Adopt a Beach. This access is sponsored by Steve and Dee Dee Trusclair. Hopefully I pronounced that right. I'm going to look into that because I would like to adopt a beach access. I'm not sure which one. I come out here with a trash grabber and just get the bottles and cans, and because I'm a firm believer in the tipping point. 2 pieces of trash leads to 200 pieces of trash. But if you always keep it at 2 pieces or less, it'll always stay that way. Here's an interesting cottage. The welcome pineapple, double carport, and the craftsman style columns. Plenty of parking. Some more of those Airbnb beach style. These are a 3-story, or it has a widow walk up top. Nice shaded carport. Keep the heat off your vehicle because shade is a real thing. A whole bunch of these. You know, very similar to a hotel concept. You book with the company. They tell you what bungalow you're staying in, and there you go. Alright, something else I've talked about in the past. Okay, once again, Ben's Beach Homes, not a sponsor. They've been a customer of ours a long time, much like Ryan Realty. But if you look, pool spa 9, 7.5, sleeps 24. Now, I'm not sure what the 9, 7.5 means. It could be the depth of the water. It could be the number of bedrooms, although I doubt it. But the sleeps 24 is the most interesting part. That's what these go by. How many can sleep in there? Now, they might count a bunk bed doubled up as sleeping 4. I'm not going to say a new place like this is going to count the bathtub. But you can see just by the windows there, every window is probably a bedroom. So if it's each bedroom sleeps about 4 people, if you have 2 twin beds, two doubles in there, or maybe a queen, and then you have a bedroom in the back, or you have like a lounge area that has a pull-out couch, that's how you get to the 24. So consider that when you're thinking of renting a place here. If you're coming with a big group of people, you know, they're going to quote you a price, but ask how many it sleeps. Not how many bedrooms it has, how many can actually sleep there. And if you're going with 23 of your best friends, and it's $2,300 a night or a week. You know, you can do the math. Nice place, fairly new. Here's an interesting house, probably mid-60s given that stonework. Gigantic front yard, which you almost don't need. You know, a decorative front yard is a throwback to the agrarian age in this country, I believe. And here, your front yard is your view. Here's an empty lot where there was once a house. Look at that view. That's what you're looking at out the front door. I really like this one. I love the color. Ooh, check out that window too. Very kind of Cape Cod-ish. With a little bit of a Florida twist on it. Love the stonework, the retaining wall. Have a nice flower bed, plenty of parking. Of course, for these places that sleep 24, if you think about beds, you got to think about how many people fit in a car with their luggage. 6 in an SUV. You got to have at least parking for 4 SUVs. I kind of like this one. Definite, I don't know, almost has a 40s vibe to it. Could be newer, I'm no expert. But I love all the stucco. I love the carport. I love that they have their name up on the awning. A lot of the vacation homes have cute little names on them. I always thought that was kind of fun. Our house is not a vacation house, but we do call it Rent a Relaxo. We maintain everything there for the comfort of our cat. If you look straight ahead, going back to where I parked, the lower condo area is Lago Mar, and behind it and above it is Regency Towers. Now, that was built before I moved here, but I think that was one of the first high-rises in Panama City Beach. Older place. I've had family stay there. Nice place though. Decent, well kept. And you got that view. Now here's something. I think these are dying out, but these were popular when I lived in Phoenix as well, and I've seen them down in St. Petersburg and Tampa. They're called breeze blocks. They're decorative. They're kind of kitschy and mid-century, but their function is you can create a border and still let the air to get through so it's not too stuffy. And you know what? I kind of like them. They wouldn't match my current house, but I think they're cool. You see there's some food trucks behind me. Hot Diggity Dogs Grill. Who doesn't like hot dogs? I know I do.
Well,
got some other vendors. It's kind of loud. There's a compressor here. They're selling some handmade stuff, beads, stuff like that.
hi, how are you?
Talk loud if you want to do a shout out, because that thing.
Yeah, it's very loud.
What do you have? Is it all handmade stuff?
A lot of handmade, some stuff's been ordered, but most of it's handmade, custom, keychains, that sort of thing.
Can you shout out your shop?
Well, I don't really have one as of yet. It's just, you know, part-time nurse, part-time jewelry crafter. But I'm with Hot Diggity Dog wherever she goes.
Great.
That's my sister.
Oh, okay, awesome. So, some good folks down here. I believe the official thing is Puzzle Place Market. Yeah, okay. Did you want to shout out your hot dog thing? You mind being on YouTube?
Yeah. Shout out Hot Diggity Dog Grill. Come see us.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. They're nice people. And we have a very cool food truck. Looks like an old New Orleans streetcar, which I've ridden many times. Highly recommend if you're over in the Big Easy. They're doing snowballs. I love the design. They make snowballs, not snow cones. That's a cool Bronco. Got a fruit stand here selling a bunch of produce, fresh veggies and fruits. That's pretty cool. Girl Scout cookies over there. Some custom drink holders. Wrestling, religious, farm stuff. I like the WD-40 one. That's cool.
That chick said she didn't even want to sell
Basically, it was cool for like 90s kids.
And desserts from Brazil.
You want to shout out your store? Or is it here?
Sorry?
You want to shout out your socials or your store webpage?
Yeah, sure, of course.
You might be on YouTube?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
What's your store name?
Okay, we are Girls from Brazil. Girls from Brazil. It's going to be a food truck starting in April. And we're doing so far pop-ups and fairs and events with our desserts and apps, bringing 100% traditional, authentic Brazilian food with ingredients from Brazil. So you're gonna find the Brazilian home taste, but in America. We have multiple options. Just follow us. It's on Instagram is Girls from Brazil FT. So
I might hit your QR code.
of course.
There's a QR code.
Thank you.
Scan that.
Thank you.
Do some handmade soaps.
You'll be back again, so I can take you back. Thank you. I'll be right back.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good stuff. So a booth called Mayhem Creations. These bottle wind chimes are very cool. Love that sound. Vaguely satisfying. And this is one of those crafts where I would think you're seeing this and go, oh, I can do that. It's not that easy. This takes time. And you can tell that the person who made these took their time and cared about it. It's art, you know. Love that sound. And I'm not the world's biggest environmentalist, but all this glass is being kept out of the landfill. So that's cool too. Cat skits, these are cat beds. Of course, I don't buy cat furniture, I buy human furniture that a cat uses, but close enough. Got a bunch of bath bombs and soaps. Basket. This smells good. How about yourself?
Good. Everything is handmade. Are you doing like a video?
I'm doing YouTube. Do you mind appearing?
Yeah, hey, you gotta feature the Panama City candle. This is the Panama City candle. We've also got other candles with seashells collected here in Panama City.
Oh, that's beauty. That's pretty.
Yeah. But everything is handmade and infused with Reiki energy.
Awesome. Do you want to shout out your store name or your
The
social?
Enchanted Siren.
The Enchanted Siren.
Instagram is enchanting_the_siren.
Well, thank you for your time.
Yes, thank you.
I like the beds.
Thank you.
And we got some art, soap dishes and things like that. It's cool. Let's see some 3D printed stuff. Yeah.
Lid holders, soap dishes. These are the favorite.
Okay. Is it all like 3D printed stuff?
All 3D printed.
All right. You mind being on YouTube?
Sure.
You shout out your store name or your socials?
River Designs.
That's it. Okay. And the QR code, this is just a sample. Is that for your store?
This is for Wi-Fi and Instagram. This one's for Venmo. So
okay. You take a screenshot, it'll last longer?
Perfect.
I really like that. Wow.
Yeah, little putt for this.
That's neat.
And bigger bases.
I'm glad to see 3D printing going this way. That's cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
These are the best. The little paints. Hold it to the sunlight.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
And we get a frame for them. You can put a light inside.
That's really, really cool. And then some puzzles.
Oh, they're fidget cubes.
Oh, okay.
You just sit with one in your hand.
Awesome. Well, thank you for talking to me.
Yeah, have a good day.
That silver plate, sterling silver. Oh, it's hard.
More jewelry.
I like that one. Yeah, the Shell Island. I like that one.
Now, this is something I've resisted since I've lived here,
animals you seen there?
I think I've talked about this before.
Got it.
When I first moved, hi.
Me again.
Oh, it's you again. When I first moved here, half the guys look like Jimmy Buffett, the other half look like Ernest Hemingway, and you get the odd surfer. I really don't have a style, but I think as I get older, I'll probably go towards something like this. It's cool. Linen looks light.
Local themes.
Yeah, I got it.
It's got Shell Island here.
Oh, okay.
Coastal dunes like St. Andrews State Park. All the plants and flowers you find in the dunes. Inland fish, all the fish you find in the bay, the grass flats ecosystem.
Okay.
So
And this is your shop?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get a shot of that.
Yeah, Floridian apparel.
Okay. Oh, cool.
Biology is my background, so they're all like ecosystem themed.
Oh, okay, neat.
Floridian shirts.
They're cool. They look really light too.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for talking to me.
Yeah, have a good day.
You too. Pine Springs Farm. Got some more produce and honey. Nice crunchies.
I have one container of butter left.
Yeah, eggs and goat milk.
Fear, I'm sold out of goat milk.
Skinny bees, banana bread, brownies, buttered tarts. Well, those look good.
Hi.
Hi.
Slim pickings now.
Yeah. But it all looks good.
Well, thank you.
Hey, all right. How about yourself? Got some cool ornaments here.
Most of my stuff.
That's really nice stuff.
Thank you. Those are real messages in a bottle. You open it up, it's got a real message.
Oh, okay. Great. That's cool. Some beach sand. $7. Cool. And got some windmills and other yard decorations. Some wood carving stuff. I like these lizards. Pickle juice. I hope he does well, but I don't like pickles. It's not for me, but a lot of people do. And he's got quite the list of the benefits of pickle juice.
Are y'all from here?
And to think dillweed was once an insult, and look at that, it helps you. So if someone calls you dillweed, they're just saying you're very helpful. Some more baked goods and preserves. St. Patrick's Day upon us. Some cool glass signs. More jewelry.
First time for her, though. I need some hair.
Twisted Gypsy. Some very cool jewelry. Some carved wood signs here.
Well, it's funny when everyone knows you like something, you tend to get a lot of it. I had to tell, for him, it was the penguins. And after a while, I had to tell people, please just stop.
Look cool. Good place to hang your keys.
Where are you, Ollie?
I mean, stuff like this takes a lot of time.
And it's full. It's overflowing. It's like, please stop.
There you have it, and there it is. Kind of a low-key video today. I enjoyed myself, relaxing. It's a small little market over here. It's kind of neat. We got to see a few more of the beach access points. I went to the furthermost beach access that I could find, which is number 96. So I'll be doing that series for quite a while. I may double up on some of them like I did today. But I do appreciate you guys watching. If you enjoyed what you saw here, please leave a like. If you have any questions, put a comment down below. Comments are helpful. I try to answer as many as I can. If you enjoyed what you see here and want to see more like it, you can hit the notification bell below and possibly hit the subscribe button. The subscriptions help. They encourage me. When I get a new subscriber, I'm always super excited. I always subscribe back. I'm trying to hit that magic number of 1,000 for YouTube. It's taken me a while. I don't do daily content. That might be why. I just try to do something I would enjoy watching. So if you have any suggestions, criticisms, positive or negative, I will listen to them, and I do appreciate interacting with everyone. Remember, you are important, and the world needs more people like you. Matt the Lizard, out.